Okay, welcome back. I want to just take a minute. I'm here on our school website under the Advising and Counseling link, dropping down to the Early College High School course catalog. And we're going to go through this a little bit and highlight some of the really important information that you can find in here. So we'll just click on it. And when you get into that book, the first page I want to point out is page 5. This is where you can find information about grading, weighted classes versus unweighted classes, how GPA is calculated, the grade point average. And grade point average is used for a lot of things. It's used for determining who's on the honor roll, things like National Honor Society, valedictorian, getting into college and university, scholarships and things like that. So it's a really, really important part of your high school transcript, the GPA. And it is a pretty complicated formula that determines what your GPA is. And so if you want to dig into the details of how it is calculated, you would look here on page 5 under grading information. And it also outlines how grading is slightly different for the Ames courses. So it's important to know the difference. Okay, up next, probably the most important information in my mind to be aware of. On page 7, you will find our graduation requirements. How many credits and in what subject areas do you need them in order to receive your high school diploma? So you can see it's a really simple chart here on page 7. How many credits of English do you need? 4 credits. So that basically translates into taking English all 4 years of high school. Math, you need 3. History, 3.5. Science, 3. PE, 0.5, which translates into half a year. ICAP, you'll take an ICAP class every year, so a semester-long ICAP every year, which winds up equaling 2 credits, and then 10 electives, all adding up to 26. You are more than welcome to get more than 26 credits, and a lot of students do, but that is the bare minimum, and it must be in these subject areas. So a student can't come to high school and take only electives. There are definitely state standards requiring certain core subject areas. And you will notice that we do not require foreign language to graduate. It's an option that would come out of your electives. However, foreign language is highly encouraged for college-bound students because many, many colleges look for 1 to 4 years of high school foreign language in order to get into their college. So keep that in mind. A few more important pages are page 8 through 11, pages 8 through 11, where we have our course guides. And so you'll need to make sure that you find your cohort. And so what class are you a part of? Are you an incoming freshman, so you're part of the class of 2022? Or as you scroll down, you will find the grade level you're in. And this really just outlines how, so if we go one subject area at a time, how do I get those 4 credits of English? So what do I take my freshman year? What do I take my sophomore year? Going into my junior year, which path am I going to go? The high school English or the college English, and so on. And it breaks that down for each subject area. So this is just a little more detail on those graduation requirements, and you can find your grade level and use that to guide you. Next, we have the higher education admissions requirements here on page 16. And as you can see, if you look in the left-hand column, this is basically, we've chosen some schools, and they increase in terms of how selective they are or how hard they are to get into, and have broken down and shown you how many years of certain coursework are those schools expecting that you are taking in high school. Also, what is the average GPA of students they are admitting, and ACT and SAT averages. So if we just took, for instance, let's drop down here, Colorado State University, CSU in Fort Collins. It's in the top 25% of selective schools. So they're looking for basically what we offer. It's in line with our graduation requirements. 4 years of English, 3 to 4 of math, 2 to 3 of science, history. Here you can see this is where that foreign language comes in, and is really important because depending on how selective a school is, it may not require foreign language at all. Might want 1 year, 2 to 3, 3 to 4. So you really have to decide kind of early on if you want to keep those doors open, or if you know, when we choose to stop taking some of those core classes or foreign language, that we might potentially be closing a door for college admissions. So important to know this chart. Okay, here we are on page 19 where we see the Ames College graduation requirements. So this is kind of another separate set of numbers that you have to keep track of if you are taking college classes and you are trying to pursue an associate's degree while you're here at WCA. In order to get an associate's degree, you have to have 60 credits. Now, a lot of the classes that you will take, any of the Ames classes you take at our school, are going to count both for high school and toward your Ames degree. And the college credit system is slightly different. You're not getting halves of credits. You're actually getting something like 3 credits for a semester of English or 4 credits for a semester of math. So it's really important to understand this chart and how it compares to our high school graduation requirements, because when you're sitting in a college class, those credits are counting toward your high school graduation, but they're also counting toward whatever your college goals are. And if your goal is to get an associate's, you need 60 college credits. Here at WCA, we offer 46. So if you were to count all of these up to the light purple, that's 46 credits that we offer on our campus. And these are the exact classes that we offer. Starting in the fall of 2018, we will be offering students the opportunity to take 14 college credits either online or on the Ames campus. And those are eligible for 11th and 12th graders. So once you're driving, you can sign up for these, and there's some extra steps, but just know that that is kind of how you can pursue the associate's degree. Okay, up next we have our WCA multi-year plans. And again, these are organized by cohort. So you will find the grade level you're in, the class, the graduating class you are in. And these are a set of charts that help you see how you will get through your 4 years. So they're set up by subject area as well as by grade. So if you just looked at 9th grade in your chart, these are, it outlines what you would take each year. And you probably figured out that if a class is in color, it is an Ames class, college class. And if it's white, it's a high school class. So that kind of helps you keep track of what you're taking. And because we're kind of still developing and have had different classes for different years, you definitely want to find the grade level that you are a part of and see what is the pathway for your class, because it is different for every single class. Come back down here are next year's seniors. So where did you guys start? What did you take each year? And what do you need next year? Then the last thing right below this, on page 29, we've got next year's block schedule. It's slightly different than this year's. Great. So the last section I want to point out is pages 31 through 52. These are all our course descriptions. Again, you can see what classes are Ames classes, which ones are high school classes. Every year we're going to be offering new things, so this is a document that will be updated every year, and it's just important to use it as to reference when you don't know what a class is about. You can certainly ask the teacher and find out what they're doing in it this year, but if it's a brand new class, you're going to want to find that course description and read what it's about to help you decide if that is a class that you are interested in taking. And gives you some more information if there are any prerequisites, if you get Ames and high school credit for that course, if it's a semester long, if it's a year long. If there are any, just go section by section, kind of through the description. So I don't want us to get dizzy, but please use this portion of the book to find out what our courses are all about. So just some last bits of information that aren't in the book but are important to point out. If you are a student, regardless of the grade level you are in, that is choosing to take Ames classes, there's quite a bit of extra paperwork, and I'll spend some time outlining what other paperwork you need to complete in order to be eligible to take those college classes. Another thing that's important to know is that all of the college courses that we offer at WCA are GT. That means they're guaranteed transfer, and they will transfer to any public four-year university in the state of Colorado. Some of the fine print about the Ames classes: students must pass their college classes with a C- or higher in order for WCA to pay for the tuition, which we are happy to do, but just know that you must earn a C- or higher. Students who earn below a C- may be put on academic probation and will be required to reimburse WCA for the tuition, and that's at a rate of $100 per credit. Most of the classes are 3, 4, and 5 credits, so you're talking $300 to $500 per course that you get a D or an F in. If you are tapping into one of those light purple classes where you're going to take a class online or at the Ames campus, it must meet high school graduation requirements as well as Ames degree requirements. We can talk more about that in person. We get a lot of questions about being able to get an Associate of Science. It's possible, but there are probably going to be some out-of-pocket costs. We guarantee that you can get the Associate of Arts, but the Associate of Science has a few other stipulations. Then the last thing to note is that we do have a concurrent enrollment advisor on site to help guide you through your 4 years of high school in terms of what are the right college courses to be taking. All right, good luck.